Oh, well, I can't see nothing.
Judge, I can't hear you. Is the judge talking? I can't hear him. I can't hear you, Judge.
That's a court reporter.
Yeah, I can't hear anything either.
Okay, sorry about that.
Now,
This should be a very short docket. Mr. Raven, are we ready to proceed?
yes.
If you are required to be here today, you've been charged with either a Class A or Class B misdemeanor. This means that the range of punishment I can impose on you if you are found guilty, or if you plead guilty or no contest, is a year in jail, a fine of up to $4,000 court costs, and/or probation with a wide range of conditions and terms. So don't take these charges lightly. You do have certain rights. Waiving any of these rights must be done freely and voluntarily. You have the right to plead not guilty and demand a trial by jury. This means that the prosecutor will be required to prove every element of the crime filed against you, and a jury will need to be convinced beyond a reasonable doubt that you committed the crime alleged. You can also waive your right to trial by jury and have your case heard before me alone. You may also plead guilty, where you will admit that you committed the crime alleged and would allow me to find you guilty without a trial. You may also plead nolo contendere, or no contest, which means you're neither confirming nor denying you committed the crime, but it will have the same effect of a guilty plea, and it will allow me to find you committed the crime without the necessity of a trial. You have the right to, you must enter a plea. If you do not enter a plea, I will enter a not guilty plea for you and we'll proceed to trial. You do have the right to not incriminate yourself, which means you will not be required to speak to the county attorney or law enforcement. You also will not be required to testify on your own behalf. You do have the right to hire an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, I will appoint one to you after making a determination that you cannot, in fact, afford one. This does not mean the attorney is necessarily free to you. If you plead guilty or no contest, or if you are found guilty, I may impose on you the fees for the court-appointed attorney. And if so imposed, you will be ordered to pay those fees along with any other court costs or fines. If you're appointed an attorney today, or if you need time to hire an attorney, your case will be reset and you'll be ordered to appear in this courtroom at a later date. You also have the right to represent yourself. If you choose to proceed without an attorney, I'll give you an opportunity to visit with the county attorney and you can discuss a possible plea bargain. Please understand that the county attorney does not represent you. I like the county attorneys. They're reasonable and they're good lawyers. And I don't doubt that they'll work with you, but it's important that you understand they do not represent you. If you'd like to speak to the county attorneys, I'll give you an opportunity to have your case resolved today. For those of you who may qualify for pretrial supervision, I will review your case, and if approved, I will reset your case for up to 1 year. This 1 year is your one shot at getting this case dismissed. You will make arrangements with Mr. Knight's office to be placed on community supervision in accordance to certain rules. You must follow each of those rules, and if you fail to comply with those agreements, your case will be set on the docket. We will move forward with adjudicating your guilt. All resets will be done through my office. If you cannot be in court on your scheduled date, you should file a motion for continuance with the county's clerk's office 10 days before your scheduled date. If you don't file your motion for continuance 10 days before your scheduled hearing date, I will take up your motion for continuance at the hearing. I will not consider motions after that time, and if you fail to appear at your court date, a warrant will be issued for your arrest. If you hire an attorney after today, make sure they're familiar with these rules because ultimately it is you who will be held responsible. If you're arrested, the terms of your bond will be considered at the next available court date. Please don't contact my office, don't contact the county attorney's office, don't contact the county clerk's office, don't have your family contact our offices. Your best bet to avoid being arrested for failing to show up to court is doing exactly what you've done this afternoon, which is show up for court. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, we're going to move forward with calling the docket. Isabel Ruiz. Mr. Connors.
Your Honor, is subject to the call, Ms. Ruiz, who is listed here as our for a moment, just to review this.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, just subject to the call, if we could ask for a request, a alias capias warrant. Judgment Nisi with a $500 cash bond.
Granted, subject to the call. Isabel Ruiz is case number 1 and 2 on the afternoon docket. Is that 1 alias KPS on case number 1 sufficient for your purposes?
It is, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Connors. John Maury.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, Mr. Maury. Do you have an attorney?
I do not, sir.
Will you be seeking court-appointed counsel this afternoon?
Yes, sir, please.
Okay, great. If you can see on your screen, there's a gentleman by the name of Mike Diaz.
Okay.
And there's also a gentleman by the name of Jeremy Habash. Mr. Habash is an attorney with Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid. Mr. Diaz is one of their coordinators, and he takes the lead on getting you signed up. So the process is pretty simple. You'll have to fill out an affidavit of indigency, and they'll walk you through it and make sure that you understand where numbers need to go and where they don't need to go.
Yes, sir.
And then if you meet the requirements, they'll present it to me, and I will sign it, and I will appoint you an attorney. And if there is no conflict, that attorney will be one of the attorneys with Texas Rio Grande Legal Aid, which is
Yes,
really
sir.
a great opportunity for all defendants that are in front of this court, because the attorneys that you get here locally from as far as court-appointed attorneys are truly top-notch.
Yes, sir.
And so, Mr. Diaz, would you please, at this point in time, just tell Mr. Maury what best contact number is for him? And do you have a pen handy, Mr. Maury?
Yes, sir. Yes, I do.
Yes, sir, Judge. You can contact me at area code 361-880-5449. Give me a call and I'll walk you through what we need to do next.
Okay. And will I be able to get a hold of you today?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Immediately after court, you can give me a call and we'll
Okay.
set up. Okay.
Okay. Let me read this number back to you to make sure I got the right one. 361-880-5449.
Yes, sir. That's correct.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Excellent, Mr. Maury. We will, upon your appointment of a court-appointed attorney,
Yes, sir.
we'll reset your case for a later date. So it could be in April, it could be in May, it could be in
Okay.
June.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, sir.
No, that's okay. Please.
I just have a couple of questions regarding my driver's license. I've been without my license for, probably close to 5 months now, and I've had to turn down a lot of jobs because I can't drive. I was just curious if there was something that I could do to kind of get the ball rolling on that a little bit, so I can get back to making money again.
I understand the struggle. Yes, sir, there's a procedure available in the state of Texas. It's called an occupational driver's license.
Okay.
It's an application process. I don't know if TRLA can or cannot provide that and assist you with that. But the form is available online, and I know our county clerk's office will do their best to help you fill out the application. There are several fees that are associated with that. So
Yes, sir.
saving up money and get ready to buy some money orders, because some fees have to go to the state of Texas, some fees go to B County.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, we can once the application is filed, we can move on that pretty quickly and get you an
Yes, sir.
occupational permit.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. That's really the main concern that I've been having, because everybody's been having a rough year, but not having a driver's license has really put me in a bind.
It's tough living in the country and not being able to drive, Mr. Maury.
Yeah, it is. Yes, sir.
No worries. Do you have any other questions or anything at this time? And of course, Charlie will answer any
No,
questions.
sir. No, sir. I don't believe so. I'll give Mr. Diaz a call and we can proceed from there.
Great. Well, at this point in time, then, sir, you're excused. You can go ahead and get off this call if you'd like.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Moving on, David Reyna Jr. Case was dismissed March 22nd, 2021. Same announcement. Carlos Metza. Case was dismissed March 22nd, 2021. We have one magistrate docket individual, Augustine Saldivar. Mr. Saldivar. Is there anybody in the courtroom? No. There's nobody in the courtroom. There's no action to take in this one, Mr. Connors. There's no cause of action that I'm aware of on the file yet. And I don't have anything else on the docket. Is there anybody on the call who thought their case should have been called and didn't hear it? Okay, well, this was really good. Man, I wish every docket was just like this. Thank y'all, and thank you again for your efforts this morning. I do appreciate it, and I guess we'll see each other again on the 30th. And with that, we stand in recess and are excused.
Thank you, Judge. If I could just maybe speak to you a moment, completely unrelated to this afternoon's docket, but just to converse very briefly on this.
Certainly, we are live on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Well, if
Would you
that's
like-
all right with me, it's nothing record, but I think there's nothing privileged. I just want to let you know we followed up to our some of the administrative procedural questions we had on the judgments. Ms. Banda and I met with Mr. Loya, and we went down into the county clerk's office. So I think we'll get that situation nice and smooth for the court next proceeding.
I really appreciate that, Mr. Connors. Mr. Loya did tell me that y'all came up, and
Great.
it means the world to me. I do. I really appreciate it. So thank y'all very much. I know everything gets really hectic and hairy, and we're going to be moving back to in person. So maybe some of this isn't even going to be that big of an issue going forward. But thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Judge,
all-
for the opportunity.
everybody. Thank y'all.